Good morning, Meteorologist Lisa Green here with a look at our forecast for today. We, of course, have been tracking rain showers moving through the valley, and some of us have gotten quite a bit already with the rain that has fallen, and that will continue to be a factor for us for today, a possibility for rain, and for tomorrow too, on what is, of course, a first alert weather day. We've got the rain potential and then the potential for those of us who get a little too much rain over the course of the next couple of days. There's the possibility for some isolated flooding. So let's take a look at what we've got going on here this morning. We'll move on into our current reports, the latest updates that I have compiled and have seen move through the valley or reported to the valley. If we can get our computer working here, it is being rather slow. There we go. There we go. Thanks, guys, for bearing with me. We do have rain that is going to be on, well, the heavier side in southeastern North Dakota, and it's still being quite slow here this morning. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to pull up our Skycam, and we are just for a moment going to bring that up full, and I'll work on getting this restarted, see if we can get this working properly with a fresh reboot. And we'll talk more about just how much rain we can expect to see today and how much we've seen so far as well. You can see on our Skycam in the meantime just how gloomy it's looking out there, quite on the rainy side and on the gloomy side here in the forecast. So that's going to be a factor for us here as we make our way through the day today and tomorrow. It is going to feel more on the gloomy side in the forecast. Okay, I think we've got things moving along. Let's see. Maybe. Sorry, guys. Thanks for bearing with me here. I just want to make sure we've got everything ready to go, and sometimes technology just doesn't want to behave. So we are going to see, it looks like something strange happened with my graphics. Unfortunately, we've lost the graphic that I was trying to show you with that update, and that was the rainfall amounts that we've seen so far. So I'm not sure what happened there, but I can just tell you because I'm the one that made that graphic, so I can tell you what I put in there. So checking with the end-on sites, those are the sensors from the North Dakota Agricultural Weather Network, and those are showing us that southeastern North Dakota and a couple of places in Minnesota as well have seen at least a half inch of rain or more in some spots. And one of the highest reports I've seen so far is in the Morton area, which is right in the heart of Richland County in that southeastern corner of North Dakota, and close to an inch of rain has already fallen there. Other places include the Oaks area, more than 0.8 of an inch of rain, and in the Wolverton area, it was, I believe, a little over 0.6 of an inch of rain, which is our highest report so far on the Minnesota side of the Red River. So I wanted to share that with you. And right at Fargo-Moorhead, we are at near 0.6 of an inch, so a little over a half inch of rain that's been reported at the sensor at NDSU in Fargo. So some good rain already has come down, and we've got more on the way here in the forecast. So again, you can see behind me the Skycam looking very soggy here this morning, and will continue to be on that gray side. So let's move ahead. We'll move on and check out our radar and satellite map. You can see here that we're looking at really the focus for the rain is more in the Central Valley now and out to the west. There are some showers in Minnesota, especially if you look at Monoman County, if you're looking into Norman County as well, but the vast majority of that rain still affecting places in eastern North Dakota. Fargo-Moorhead, kind of a relative break, but I just want to point out there's more development south of that area, and there's the potential for more storms or showers to pop up south of this main first round that's been moving through. So let's zoom in a little bit more and pause this. Again, Fargo-Moorhead right on the edge of this. It's more toward Ada, more toward Monoman. We do have some showers that are now pushing across Highway 2 into the Nelson County area. Carrington, Jamestown, seeing that rain as well. And then again, there's these areas in northeastern South Dakota where we're getting some more development again. So that may happen from time to time. We get a break and then we see another shower move through. Meanwhile, if you are up to the north and east, it hasn't been all that active. In fact, we have some breaks in the clouds on the satellite layer here. But still, this is an area that has the potential for getting rain. It just hasn't been as active as other places in the Southern Valley. And looking at our precip estimate here, you can see that the radar is showing you that we have a rain that is going to be in northeastern parts of South Dakota, that highest amount, and then over west of Jamestown. Looks like we've had a decent amount of rain there. I'm interested in hearing how much we've seen, because this morning when I was on Valley Today, we had some bright colored radar returns indicating heavier rainfall rates in that area. So, if you've got a rainfall report to pass along, right on our Facebook page in this live Facebook, we'd really appreciate hearing from you in the comments about how much rain you have seen. I'm going to go back a couple more slides here just to take a look at, again, the Fargo-Moorhead area we'll zoom in on. Again, you can see relative break in the FM area. Castleton, though, getting some rain. Amenia, back up through Arthur and Hunter. And then, this break here, but as we look a little farther south, down toward Oxbow, the Hankinson area, the Wolverton area getting a little bit of a break, and then down toward the Colfax area as well, seeing some shower activity. So, that could move north and move into the FM area here. Down toward the Hankinson area, it is looking a little quieter, well, a little south, trying to get going a little farther south, down toward the Morton area. But down toward Hankinson and down toward the state line, you can see we've got some spotty showers that are showing more activity going on there, and back over toward Rutland and southern parts of the Sargent County area, seeing rain too. So I'm going to expand it. I'm going to go back in one more spot because we've got a wider view here, and I just want to expand the view and show you what's going on. So as we look at I don't have the L for the low plotted on this radar and satellite map, but you can kind of make out where that is because you can see that swirl, both with the visible satellite layer and with the clouds. We get that counterclockwise motion, that center of circulation is centered here in South Dakota. And so what's happening here is we've got this low swirling around, creating that instability. And then we are drawing in some moisture out of the southeast. So that moisture plus the instability is helping to create some of these showers and thunder showers, and will provide that opportunity to see more develop as the day goes on. There's no big area of rain moving our way at this point after this first round. Right now, we may see more coming into later tonight, but in between those two main rounds, we are looking out for these isolated shots of rain and thunder. So that's what's going on there. We'll zip ahead again here, but you can see a soggy drive from Castleton all the way over toward Medina, even Bismarck seeing some of that rain. We've got the heaviest amounts so far that have been estimated on the radar there. And now let's look at our graphic. I just went over all of this, but now we have it here in our map here. And this lines up with what I was just saying. Morton, almost an inch. The Oaks area, a little over 0.8. And then Fargo and Wolverton, kind of in that same range, around 0.6 of an inch of rain so far. So again, we'd love to hear from you about how much rain you are picking up throughout the course of this system, but also once it's all said and done too. So here's a look at our visibility. With that moisture in place, there have been some areas that have had some fog develop up toward the international border, and then again over toward Gwinner, we're down to a half-mile visibility too. Could be a combo of fog and or rain. And Elbow Lake seeing some lowered visibility too, so that's obviously going to be a factor. And just watching the Cavalier area, I've been seeing our visibility come up and down here. It looks a little bit better right now. But again, there are some places with some fog in addition to rain showers coming down here. So let's take a look at the hour-by-hour planner. So this morning, again, we've been watching this rain move through. It's really been focused in southeastern North Dakota, and then surrounding areas have been getting it as well. But as we work our way into the afternoon, we'll still see, watch over time as we see, some breaks try to develop. Then we see another kind of line of showers and thunder showers try to pop up again. This is 6 p.m. And then moving on into the evening hours tonight, another round may move in around midnight here. So it's possible that some places, including places like Fargo, could see several rounds moving through, and that adds up. We already got more than a half inch of rain in Fargo, and almost an inch of rain in parts of Richland County. So again, we're really picking up the rain in some spots. Meanwhile, it's been fairly quiet in northwest Minnesota, but you can see we've got some isolated showers going around 6:30 tomorrow morning. But look at this guy. This is that next kind of overspreading round of rain that is more widespread. That will continue to push in as we head into tomorrow morning. Grand Forks may be getting a little rain or thunder shower at that point as well. And then that kind of takes over as we head into midday on Friday. North and south, both east and west, have the potential for rain with this next round that moves through, and some embedded thunderstorms as well. Moving on into Friday evening, this is 5:30. You can see we're starting to see it start to diminish somewhat, but it's still going on. So Friday night football may be impacted here. And then moving on into the overnight hours, we really see this wind down. Though there are areas, this is Saturday morning, and I'm switching from that more high resolution, well-defined short-range model because it runs out at some point into the next 48 hours. And then as we look ahead into that more lower resolution model, still showing the moisture in place. Do I think it'll be as widespread as this? Not necessarily. I think it'll be more small showers, but still on Saturday we have that potential for still seeing some showers. Maybe not as much accumulation, but still unsettled on Saturday for heading out to a football game, tailgating in Grand Forks, or any other plans that you may have for Saturday and the weekend. Sunday, not quite done with chances yet, but there'll be less. So we'll be stepping down our chances each day this weekend. And you can see it'll be more likely north and east that we may be seeing some of those lingering showers going on. So let's take a look here at rain potential. This is in addition to what we've already seen. So some of us, again, up to an inch. This is by later tonight. This is close to around 11 o'clock where I've put the pause here. And you can see an additional ½ inch in green to maybe an inch in some locations that see some of those thunderstorms popping up. A lot of areas in that less than ½ inch range here. So this is through Thursday. Now we're going to add to this, through Thursday night, I should say. Now we're going to add to this for Friday. And you can see it really filling in Friday and all the way through Saturday morning. Just about everybody has some color on the map. In fact, everybody does. So everybody has a shot of rain. But there's going to be this area, and this particular model really defining it in the south central part of the valley, and perhaps riding up right along the Red River here, that potential for heavier rainfall, southeastern North Dakota, Lakes Country of Minnesota, where we're looking at yellow, which would be an inch or more of rain, and the potential's there for 2 to 3, maybe a little more. So that can get it to be a little bit much for especially areas that are trouble spots, low-lying areas, low drainage areas. In cities, if you get back-to-back thunderstorms, we're talking about, ponding on some of the roads, that kind of thing. That's what we're first alerting you to, is that possibility for some isolated areas of flooding that could impact your travel plans. And in addition to that, I know we got a lot going on this weekend. We've got the harvest, sugar beet harvest going on. That's going to make it tough to get into the fields with it being so muddy. So in these areas that see the heavy rain. So this is, again, something we'll continue to watch closely in the forecast. So, a couple more inches still possible in some areas. And this afternoon, temperatures staying cool. This is 4 p.m. snapshot. You can see we're going anywhere from upper 50s to the northwest to some low 70s. Alexandria hanging on to some warm air at 72 degrees this afternoon. Fargo, Grand Forks, low to mid to even upper 60s for highs for today. And again, it depends on where you are. If you're in an area that gets a lot of rain here, that's going to keep your temperatures down a little bit more. So next few days, again, today, tomorrow, first alert weather days, we're focusing in on those. But Saturday and Sunday, the chance for rain is not zero. It's isolated here in the forecast. So let's take a look at the weekend planner as we're looking ahead. So Saturday, you can see some rain chances here in some parts of the valley. And then Sunday, still a shot. This is Bemidji, and remember we mentioned maybe more east for Sunday. But still there's a shot. So we need to kind of keep an eye on the radar all weekend on the app. And you can see temperatures 60s. This might be a little ambitious. We might be feeling a bit optimistic on Saturday for Fargo to get to the 70s. But if we get enough sunshine and we can avoid the rain showers, there might be a couple of places that hit 70. More likely to see 70 as we head into Sunday, as we start to recover from this round of rain and gloomy weather that's hitting us right now. So again, a reminder in our 11-day planner, first alert weather days Thursday and Friday, today and tomorrow, for that chance for some heavy rain and the possibility for some isolated flooding going on. Much cooler too, so that's something we're wanting to make sure you're aware of as you're planning your days ahead. This weekend, diminishing shots of rain coming up. And then for Monday, first day of fall, first day of the days where we're going to have more nighttime than daytime with the equinox on Monday. Temperatures, are looking pretty good, getting into the 70s into next week as well. Should be a nice return to some warmer air. However, we have some quieter weather. I can't rule out a chance for some storms. Models are hinting at that from time to time, but not a lot of
agreement as of this point in time for next week. So we'll nail that down a little as we get a little bit closer, but we want to get you through the rain here for today and tomorrow. So be ready for a couple of inches of rain. Be ready for gloomy weather and cooler weather to continue as we work our way through the day. There will be some breaks here and there, and some of us will get more than others. So it's always a good idea to keep an eye on the radar. Check back with us. We'll have another update this afternoon from the First Alert Storm Team on what we're seeing out there coming up later, and in about 4 hours or so, coming up around 2 o'clock this afternoon. So 2 or 3. So again, looking at conditions that are changing quite a bit from earlier this week when we were in the 80s. So stay dry. I don't know if I would recommend an umbrella today because of the potential for some lightning, but your poncho, your rain boots, always a good idea when we're dealing with this kind of weather, especially if you're going to be outside. So have a good day, stay dry, and we'll talk again tomorrow.